Hello everyone, this is Al Red Sox Fan coming to you from Al Red Sox Fan YouTube channel. Hope all is well. We're going to bring you some Glory Days boxing card and dice makes everything nice, and we've brought it to the Excel tabletop. Tremendous matchup we have tonight. Saturday night fights. Ezzard Charles taking on Riddick Bowe. It's the Cincinnati Cobra versus Big Daddy. 15 rounds heavyweights. Glory Days Boxing. What If Promotions. Matchmaker GoldenEagle99 from the United Center in Chicago. It's time for the brawl for it all. Bernard Strom, hello, how are you doing? Enjoy your dinner. Sean D, how's it going? So we're going with a different setup with this. Again, Matchmaker Extraordinaire GoldenEagle99. Glory Days Boxing, brought to you by Anthony Crooks from Bleacher Bums Gaming, can be purchased at SidelineStrategies.com. That's where Joe Bryant has his fabulous game payoff pitch also. And you can also check out Glory Days Sports Facebook group page. Links provided for SidelineStrategy.com and Glory Days Facebook group page in the chat and on the page. So here we go, 15 rounds heavyweights from the United Center in Chicago, Illinois. Riddick Bowe, overall record 43-1-0 with 33 stoppages. Had those epic 3 bouts with Evander Holyfield and 2 more epic riotous bouts with Andrew Galata. Ezzard Charles, 95-25-1 with 52 stoppages. Riddick Bowe, power is a 5. These are pre-fatigue number. If he has you hurt, power is still a 5. Bowe is hurt 4 and under, down 2 and under. He's KO'd 2 and under. Will check is a 3. Cut 5, foul 8. Bowe has a slacker trait, so before we begin this bout, we will roll the 1d20. If it's 1 through 7, he will not land any counter shots. And Bowe is a pretty good counter puncher. Bowe on the inside lands 0 through 51. On the outside, 0 through 48. Has a very good uppercut on the inside. Just ask Evander Holyfield. Ezzard Charles, power is a 3. If he has you hurt, it goes a 4. Again, pre-fatigue numbers. Charles hurt 6 and under, down 3 and under. His knockout rating is a 2. Will check is a 5. Cut is an 8. Foul is a 5. 15 rounds. Bowe's stamina 85 points. Ezzard Charles 100. Charles on the inside lands 0 through 48, slightly less than Riddick Bowe. But on the outside, he's able to maneuver, dart in and out. He'll land 0 through 55. Bowe is in the red corner. Charles in the blue corner. We're going with a new setup. The ball roller here, the 5 and the 1 you'll see, represents the roll for control. They're 6-sided die. That's why I put the green there. In the middle, we have 3 sets of die. The first set of die are 20-sided. They will determine if you're blocked a punch or if it's a power check, so on and so forth. Chin check, things like that. TKO. The second 2 sets of die, the double red, the double blue, 10-siders, that's going to see if you landed the punch and what happens. Now that all has been done, both are 9-starred fighters. We rolled to who'll have initial momentum. It'll be Riddick Bowe. Now we're going to roll on Riddick Bowe's red 20-sided die, 1 through 7. Slacker trait comes into effect. Charles trait counter point. Any counter punches landed, it's a +1. So Charles will land either 2 Charles will land 3 on counter punches. Charles counters 1 through 7, Bowe 1 through 6. But Bowe, let's see if he gets a slacker trait. He does not. No slacker trait for Bowe. It's a 17. Your referee is Dave Gardner. Your ringside physician, Dr. David Little. The 3 judges scoring this bout, Steeler Fan, Anthony Crooks, and Big Paulie. It is a 10-point must system. Referee Gardner calls the pugilist to the center of the ring, gives them their final instructions. They touch gloves and they'll come out fighting. We await the bell, and here we go. Round number 1 scheduled for 15. Bowe rolls a 2. He's trying to get on the inside and use his girth against the smaller Ezzard Charles. Charles on the outside stays at distance. Charles will look to land that jab. Charles cannot land. He really wound up hard. 2 jabs and a real big right hand. He misses those shots there with that 94, and they fall into a clinch. Charles came out trying to catch Bowe. Round 1 continues. 4 and a 4. Bowe with momentum. Bowe pushing Charles back, looking to work the body over. Riddick Bowe on the inside with a 44. He's going to tag Charles. 2 hard body shots, a left and a right. Charles absorbs those blows. Round 1 continues. Momentum still with Riddick Bowe. A 6 for Riddick Bowe. Now Bowe has Charles on the ropes, putting that jab on him. Charles, it's going to be a toe-to-toe exchange. Charles back to the ropes. Ezzard, Charles is getting pummeled. Toe-to-toe exchange. Bowe getting the better of it. Charles is able to answer with 2 shots, but Riddick Bowe lands 5, pounding away. Left, right, left. Charles came back with a 1-2, but the combination definitely favored Riddick Bowe. Big shots. He worked the body, came to the head, was unable to land a good uppercut. It was a grazing blow for Riddick Bowe. Charles got 2 shots in. 2 minutes left in round number 1. Good start for Riddick Bowe. Remember, Charles tried to catch Bowe on the initial onslaught. Bowe still keeping Charles pinned to those ropes. A 4 for Riddick Bowe. Bowe now presses Charles into the ropes. A 1 for Ezzard Charles. Toe-to-toe exchange. Bowe with mojo. Both fighters landing hard. Bowe with the 12. Those are 4 hard shots. Works the body and up to the head. Hooks and uppercuts. Ezzard Charles answers in kind with 4 of his own. Give and take, landing combinations on the inside. Both pugilists going at it. Bowe maintains momentum. Round 1 continues. 6 for Riddick Bowe. Riddick Bowe, again, putting Charles back to the ropes with that jab, looking to land a boom right hand or that right uppercut. 2 for Ezzard Charles. It's going to be toe-to-toe from a bit of distance. Bowe still with mojo. Bowe with a 52. He will not land. Charles with an 84. He will not land. Both fighters through, and Charles was throwing quite hard there. Grazing shots for both. They're trying to feint each other out of position. 1:20 to go here in round number 1. Riddick Bowe with a 3. Bowe still putting the jab on Charles. Charles back still to the ropes. A 2 for Charles. Toe-to-toe again from distance. They tie up. They clinch. They maul. They brawl. Riddick Bowe. Possible foul check here. The referee, Dave Gardner, is going to let it go. That's a 9. We'll use that as the foul check. So Bowe trying to rough up Ezzard Charles. 1 minute to go. A good round for Riddick Bowe. He's able to maul and brawl Charles. Charles still on the ropes trying to slide away from them, but Bowe keeps pecking that jab on him. A 4 for Riddick Bowe. Bowe presses inside as Charles tries to move away. Charles trapped in the ropes like a fly in a spider's web. A 5 for Ezzard Charles. It's toe-to-toe on the inside. Riddick Bowe with mojo. Riddick Bowe will land, and Riddick Bowe will land very hard in this toe-to-toe exchange. Charles and Bowe going at it. Bowe seems to be getting the better of it. Shots to the body and head by both pugilists. Uppercut by Bowe was a stunning shot. 16 for Riddick Bowe. 4 punches get through. Charles with a 33. 3 punches get through as he's fighting for his life here. Bowe with the 4 in his power range. Watch the blue 8 now. Charles is hurt. 6 and under. Charles survives it. So far, the size of Riddick Bowe is giving Ezzard Charles a lot of problems. Coming to a conclusion here of round number 1 is 6 for Riddick Bowe. Bowe continues to measure with that jab. Charles on the ropes. A 1 for Ezzard Charles, toe-to-toe. Once again from distance. Riddick Bowe will land. Ezzard Charles will not. Bowe from distance, 2 jabs, a right hand and a left hook to the body. 4 punches get through for Big Daddy Riddick Bowe. Very good round so far for Bowe. Charles eating all those shots. 20 seconds to go in round number 1. Bowe looking to put a big exclamation point in this round. A 3 for Riddick Bowe. Bowe continues to keep Charles pinned on that ropes. His jab is very sharp. His combinations are very sharp early on in this bout. A 4 for Ezzard Charles. Charles trying to dip on those ropes. Riddick Bowe throws. Riddick Bowe will land. Charles is going to eat those shots at the bell. That's a 33. 2 jabs and a right cross crushing the cranium of Ezzard Charles. And ding, ding goes the bell. 22 scoring blows for Big Daddy Bowe. Tremendous round for Riddick Bowe. 22 scoring blows. Charles landed 7. And remember, Charles came out winging, trying to catch Bowe early in the initial exchange. Charles had 9. Tremendous effort by Big Daddy Bowe. We give that a 10-9 round for Riddick Bowe. We'll go to our scoring judges now. Once again, our judges are Steeler fan Anthony Crooks and Big Polly. Punch differential is a lot. We're talking 13 there. I don't know if they can see it any other way but for Riddick Bowe. The judges' scorecards are being collected here in Chicago by the Boxing State Athletic Commission. Now, Big Polly's scorecard is being collected. So an excellent round for Riddick Bowe. We prepare for round number 2. Round number 2. Joining us at ringside, our good friend Anthony Crooks, Bleacher Bums Gaming. Check out that wonderful channel. Of course, he is the creator of Glory Days Boxing, which can be purchased at SidelineStrategies.com. Also at ringside, Sean D. Bernard Strom was here earlier. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Here we go. Round number 2, scheduled for 15. Referee Dave Gardner's mic'd up, talking to some ringside people. Good to see referee Dave Gardner. So a big round for Riddick Bowe. Here we go. Round number 2, scheduled for 15. Bowe looking for an early night. Bowe with momentum. A 4 for Big Daddy. Bowe pressing on the inside. A 6 for Ezzard Charles. Charles, it's going to be a toe-to-toe affair. Charles not giving ground. Bowe throwing hard. Both fighters landing. Riddick Bowe left, right to the body and a hellacious uppercut snapping the head of Ezzard Charles. A quick start for Big Daddy Bowe. Charles in that toe-to-toe exchange with a 28 on the inside. Charles lands 3 shots. His shot's less effective. Chin check for Ezzard Charles. Watch this first blue die. That says 7 now. He's hurt 6 and under. Goes down 3 and under. Charles survives the onslaught. Toe-to-toe action at ring center. Fans on their feet in Chicago. Bowe looking to follow that up. Continues to stay on the inside. Charles with a 4. Charles trying to move away. Bowe cuts the ring off. Riddick's going to throw. Riddick will not land. That's a 70. Charles is able to dip and dive away from it. No counter from Ezzard Charles, though. 2:20 to go in round number 2. Bowe again pressing that fight, trying to cut off the Cincinnati Cobra. Charles with a 6. Toe-to-toe. Charles trapped near the ropes. Bowe will throw. Neither fighter lands. Some mauling and brawling. Referee Dave Gardner breaks them. That 60 roll is good for neither. 2 minutes ago here in round number 2. A 4 for Riddick Bowe. Bowe again pressing Charles back to those ropes. A 3 for Ezzard Charles. Charles tries to smother Bowe. Bowe too strong. Works his hands free. Bowe is unable to land. Charles unable to counter. Charles ties him up. Referee Gardner breaks them. Action moves back towards ring center now. Might be more to Charles' liking. We have a sold-out crowd here in Chicago. A 1. Bowe gets in tight. 4 for Charles. Charles unable to keep Riddick Bowe at bay. Big Daddy's going to punch, but he will not land. He threw hard. Charles was able to dip and dive away from those big, wild shots from Big Daddy Bowe. Eddie Futch from the Bowe corner telling Riddick to calm down, calm down. 1:20 to go in round number 2. 6 for Riddick Bowe. Bowe now trying to establish the jab. Heed the advice from the old brilliant sage Eddie Futch in his corner. A 1 for Ezzard Charles. It will be a toe-to-toe exchange from distance. Riddick Bowe's going to land, but Charles will land better, but Bowe lands harder. Riddick Bowe with a 22. Right hand, left uppercut, right hook. 3 shots, big shots get through for Riddick Bowe. Ezzard Charles landed quantity, good scoring blows, but he landed 5 in a furious exchange of lefts and rights to the body and up to the head. Harder shots by Riddick Bowe. Chin check for Ezzard Charles. Watch the blue 14. Charles survives a chin check. Charles will take momentum for the first time in this bout as we move the kapow this way. 1 minute to go. 1 minute to go here in round number 2. Bowe, strength and power really showing so far. Riddick Bowe with a 4. Presses inside. He definitely feels he's a stronger man. He's the bigger man, and he feels he's the harder puncher. 3 for Ezzard Charles. Charles forced back. Charles tries to tie up Bowe. Bowe will have none of it. Bowe's going to throw from in tight. Riddick Bowe, 96. Could be a little south of the border as he continues to rough up Ezzard Charles. They're going to let that go. Referee Gardner lets him fight. He'll get a point out of that. A punch will land, though controversially. 40 seconds to go. Charles still with mojo. A 3 for Riddick Bowe. Bowe on the outside. Again, he has a good jab, good right hand, and a hellacious uppercut. Went in tight. Ezzard Charles with a 4. Bowe a little quicker with his jab. Riddick Bowe lands and lands well from distance. 2 jabs, a right hand, big left uppercut. 4 punches get through for Riddick Bowe. Ezzard Charles seems to have no answer at the moment for Big Daddy Riddick Bowe. Bowe rips momentum away from Charles in the final 20 seconds of round 2. Another good round for Riddick Bowe. A 3 for Riddick Bowe. Bowe on the outside. He's really working that jab quite well. 6 for Ezzard. Charles, toe-to-toe exchange from distance. Bowe with mojo. Riddick Bowe will not land. He threw pretty hard. Charles was able to slip, slide, and come back with a 39. Beautiful combination. Lead right, left hook, and another right hand at the bell, all to the head of Big Daddy Bowe. The last right was an uppercut by Ezzard Charles. And ding ding goes the bell. Both pugilists land 11 punches. Big round. Fans loving it here at the United Center in Chicago, Illinois. We give that round even in our eyes. So it's a 10-10 round. We'll go to the judges' scorecards. Frank Wainscott, how you doing? This is Go Ezzard Charles from your hometown fan in the Natty. The Cincinnati Cobra. Ezzard Charles. Judges' scorecards will now be collected. So when it's even, 1 through 5 goes to Bowe. 6 through 10 will go to Charles, and 11 through 20 is even. The judges' scorecards have been collected. We'll show you those at the end of the bout, as they are kept secret to all of us. We prepare for round number 3 here from the United Center in Chicago, Illinois. We'd like to say hello to Frank Wainscott, P-Jet, Bleacher Bums Gaming, Dave Gardner, Sean D., and Bernard Strom. Round 3, scheduled for 15. Matchmaker extraordinaire, the GoldenEagle99. What If Promotions, Glory Days Boxing, which can be purchased at SidelineStrategies.com. The bell for round number 3. Momentum is with Bowe. A 1 for Riddick Bowe. Bowe pressing the fight on the inside. A 5 for Ezzard Charles. Toe-to-toe they go at ring center. Charles trying to clip Bowe and get his pound of flesh. Charles will land, and so will Riddick Bowe. Charles just out of his power range. It's a 4. Had he had Riddick Bowe hurt, it would have landed, but Charles, the more effective fighter on the inside with that 14. He's going to land 4 hard shots. The jab, then the right hand to the body, left hook to the body, and quickly brought the left to the head of Riddick Bowe. Bowe with the 41 on the inside landed a left-right to the Labanza of Ezzard Charles. Charles has momentum, and we're at the 240 mark of round number 3. A 5 for Riddick Bowe. Bowe on the outside. Bowe is a little fatigued, trying to catch his breath there. A 6 for Ezzard Charles. Charles not letting Bowe breathe from distance. Charles looking to land something hard here. He cannot. He will not land those shots. Bowe with a countering opportunity. 5 on the counter roll. Right hand, left uppercut land for Riddick Bowe. Beautiful counter. Bowe very into this fight, very in tune with himself. Had an excellent training camp. Homebrew rule, any legal punch land, we go power and chin check. Watch the red-blue die at the top here. Charles survives it. Bowe has momentum. 2:20 to go in round 3. A 1 for for Riddick Bowe. Bowe, again, he is using his girth against the smaller Charles on the inside. A 6 for Charles. Toe-to-toe exchange in tight. Riddick Bowe will land. Ezzard Charles will not. Charles is smothered against the ropes. Riddick Bowe really concentrating hard to that body. That's a 14. Left, right to the body, another left to the body, and a right uppercut gets through the guard of Ezzard Charles. 4 big punches for Big Daddy Bowe. 2:20 to go here in round number 3. 2 minutes to go in round number 3. Bowe continues with momentum. A 5 for Riddick Bowe. He's on the outside now. Bowe backs up. Charles reluctantly moves forward. Charles, as Bowe feints, Charles throws. 46 from distance. Ezzard Charles will land a crisp 1-2 right into the face of Riddick Bowe. So Bowe fainted. Charles met him with a Cobra Kai Cincinnati Cobra strike, a good jab, and a solid right hand. Charles has momentum. 140 left in round number 3. A 2 and a 2. How do you do? That favors Charles from distance. Charles trying to work that jab. Charles with tremendous shots there. 5 punches. He feinted, landed the lead right. Then the left uppercut, another right, another left uppercut, and a chopping right hand. And it was Riddick Bowe trying to hold on. 5 punches get through for Ezzard Charles. They're effective, but Bowe just seems to shake them off, but a tremendous combination by Ezzard Charles trying to turn the tide of battle here. Charles had a horrible first round, fought Bowe to a standstill in the second round, in our opinion. About 120 to go here in round 3. Bowe trying to regroup Charles with momentum. A 1 for Riddick Bowe. Bowe now pressing on the inside to try to beat down the smaller Ezzard Charles. A 4 for Ezzard Charles. Charles is unable to fend off Bowe with his jab. Bowe gets in tight. Bowe's going to bang. 66. Bowe will not land. Bowe. Charles dips, comes up. Right hand, left hook to the jaw. Right hand, left hook to the jaw of Riddick Bowe. Power in chin check. Charles needs a 3. He's got it! Big shot! But the chin check is a 15 for Riddick Bowe. But Bowe is being pummeled at the moment. Tremendous job by Ezzard Charles. 1 minute to go here in round number 3. A 3. Riddick Bowe on the outside. Bowe blinking. He's flustered. 5 for Ezzard Charles. Charles works his way in. It's going to be a toe-to-toe exchange on the inside because Charles has mojo. 29 for both. Both fighters will land. Charles gets in 3. Bowe gets in 3. They bang the body and up to the head. Action-packed round number 3 here at the United Center in Chicago, Illinois. Charles is outworking Riddick Bowe here in round 3. 40 seconds to go in the round. 6 and a 6. Toe-to-toe they go again as action moves to ring center from distance. Charles will not land, and he had mojo. He falls into... No, Charles, a little rough stuff there. We'll do the... he gets 1 punch in. Questionable. 36 for Bowe from distance. Bowe with a 1-2-3 combination, and Charles went to the belt line, it seemed. $16 out of Charles. Foul rating. Bowe will have momentum in the final 20 seconds here. Bowe closing the gap. Charles might have punched himself out. A 6 for Riddick Bowe. Bowe working overtime with that jab from distance. A 1 for Ezzard Charles. They feint, and now they fire toe-to-toe. Charles, 93. He's going to absorb the punishment and clinch at the bell. Riddick Bowe with a 22. Tremendous combination. Lead right, left to the body, and a left hook to the jaw. Ding, ding goes the bell. Both pugilists land 17 shots. Unbelievable fight so far. The difference is the big round number 1 for Riddick Bowe. Both fighters land 17 shots. What an even matchup here. Again, I have to give that a 10-10 round. We gave round 1 big for Riddick Bowe. We'll go to the judges' scorecards now. David Selinsky's joined us at ringside. Hope all is well. To the judges' scorecards we go. Steeler fan Anthony Crooks, Big Polly are your judges. Ringside physician Dr. David Little, your referee, who's mic'd up, Dave Gardner. The judges' scorecards have been collected. And we prepare for round number 4. A lot of action. Just the normal wear and tear in this pugilistic contest. Both fighters a little lumped up, but nothing out of the ordinary in a boxing match. Round number 4. We await the bell. The referee, Dave Gardner, says, wipe up that water in both corners. And now he signals for the bell, and there it is. Bowe with momentum. He's got the 6. He's on the outside. 2 for Ezzard Charles. It's going to be toe-to-toe again from distance, ring center. Bowe with mojo. Bowe with a 46. He's going to land right hand, left to the body. Charles in that toe-to-toe exchange, 52. He lands a double left hook. Both to the head of Riddick Bowe. He feinted that right, then the toe-to-toe exchange came. Bowe maintains momentum. 2:40 to go here in round number 4. A 2, Riddick Bowe. Bowe on the inside. A 1 for Ezzard Charles. Bowe tries to hold Charles. Charles slip slides away. Charles looks to put the jab in the right hand upon Riddick Bowe. 34. Defense is a 2. Bowe will block one punch. The right hand was blocked. The left to the body was not. Good defense there by Riddick Bowe. Charles did get that left hook in to the Labanza. Charles with momentum. 2:20 to go here in round number 4. Action-packed fight from Chicago, Illinois. Matchmaker extraordinaire, GoldenEagle99. A 2 for Riddick Bowe. Bowe again trying to press on the inside. Just trying to smother, wear down Ezzard Charles, a tactic that Primo Canera has used quite well in all of our boxing games. 3 for Ezzard Charles. Charles gets muscled to the ropes. Riddick Bowe looks to open up. Riddick Bowe will not land. Charles with the counter. Left uppercut, short right, clips. Actually, he lands, I missed it once. He lands 3 punches because he has the counterpoint. 3 punches get through. Left uppercut, right hand, and another left hook, chin check, and power check. 4, just out of Ezzard Charles' range, but he continues with momentum. Charles needs that 3. Action moves towards ring center now. Bowe has got caught with some hard shots. He's absorbed them well, but sometimes when you absorb them, the dam shall break. 2 minutes left in round 4. Charles with momentum. A 4 for Riddick Bowe. Bowe presses again on the inside. Charles will not give ground. It's a 5. It's going to be toe-to-toe. Charles refuses to be back to the ropes, trying to use the angles on the inside. Bowe with a 35 and 80 for Charles. Charles will, on that 80, he misses the inside shots. Bowe does not. He's able to smother him and come back with hard shots to the body of the smaller Ezzard Charles. 3 hard punches, left, right, left, into the rib cage of Ezzard Charles. Bowe has mojo. 140 to go in round number 4. A 3 and a 3. What will it be? We shall see. It's Ezzard Charles trying to fend off the attack of Riddick Bowe's jab. Bowe puts the jab out there from distance. Bowe will not land. Ezzard Charles does not counter. Action slides back towards ring center once again, as Charles was dangerously close to those ropes. 1:20 to go in round 4. A 3 and a 3 again. Bowe looking to land from distance. Bowe will not land. Charles is frustrating him. Good movement by Ezzard Charles. 1 minute to go. 1 minute to go. Another close round. Both fighters possibly getting winded. They're landing less punches. 3 for Riddick Bowe on the outside. 6 for Ezzard Charles. Toe-to-toe exchange. Bowe does not land. Charles does. Left to the body. Short right hand to the jaw of Riddick Bowe. Ezzard Charles finding himself getting into a rhythm. Charles takes momentum. 40 seconds to go here in round number 4. A 3 Bowe really concentrating on the outside with that jab. He hasn't been too effective in this round. A 6 for Charles. Toe-to-toe exchange from distance again. Both fighters throw, both fighters miss. Final 20 seconds. Another close round between Bowe and Charles. A 5 for Bowe. Bowe backs up, takes a deep breath. Charles quickly leaps in. Charles looking to land, and he cannot. He missed the wild left hook and right hand. And look at that one. He was throwing hard. Ding, ding goes the bell and the trolley. Riddick Bowe landed 5 punches. Ezzard Charles landed 8. That was a close round, but we feel that Ezzard Charles eked it out. We give that round 10-9 Charles, and after 4 we have it 39 apiece. Our scorecard is purely unofficial. Punch differential is 3. Oh, I did that wrong. Hold on. 8 for Charles, 5 for Bowe. Stamina, Bowe with 40 stamina points, Charles with 56. Remember, that's 4 rounds scheduled for 15. Punch differential 3 favoring Charles. The judges' scorecards will be collected by the commission. 3 punches. The judges' scorecards are being collected. Steeler fan. Now Anthony Crooks. Big Paulie. Coming up to the 1/3 mark of the bout. Round 5. Round 5. Charles has landed good shots, but Bowe's landed what seems to be the harder shots, though it's a very close fight. Through 4 rounds of fistic combat, Bowe's landed 55 punches, Charles 45. The big difference, the big first round by Riddick Bowe, in which he pummeled Charles. The second round, 2 minute after the first minute, he pounded Charles for 2 minutes, but couldn't drop him. Round 5, the bell, a 6 for Riddick Bowe, 2 on the outside. A 5 for Ezzard Charles, 2 on the inside. It's going to be a toe-to-toe exchange. Charles has mojo. On the inside. Both fighters throwing hard. And does Charles luck out? Charles takes a hellacious beating but ties up. The way I play it, when it's a clinch, the fighter lands his punches, whoever lands it. Actually, no. Charles has mojo. So the clinch nullifies everything. Is that the way I play that? I'm going to say Bowe lands his punches, but it nullifies the power check. And both fighters threw hard. So an 11 for Bowe on the inside. He lands 4 hard punches. Charles grabs on. Referee Gardner has to pry them apart. Good start. Excellent start for Riddick Big Daddy Bowe. 2:40 to go in round number 5. A 2 for Bowe. Bowe stays in tight. A 6 for Charles. Charles sidesteps him. Ezzard looks to land as Bowe advances lumberingly. Charles cannot land with the 81. He misses his shots as Bowe parried them away. No counter by Riddick Bowe, though. 2:20 to go in round number 5. A 6 for Bowe, 2 on the outside. A 4 for Charles, 1 on the outside. Bowe will get his first. He's being first with his punches, but he will not land. That's a 91. They clinch. Both fighters work the free hand. Referee Dave Gardner orders in the break. They do break begrudgingly. 2 minutes to go in round 5. A 2. Riddick Bowe stays in tight. He continues to try to rough up the smaller Ezzard Charles. He's got quite a weight advantage and seemingly a strength advantage. A 3 for Charles. Bowe Works his hands free. Bowe will not land, though. That's a 90. They tie up. A few boo birds from the audience. Had it been a missed punch, Charles would have countered with the 1, but it's a 90, and that is a clinch. 140 to go in round 5. A 4. Riddick Bowe pressing Charles back towards the ropes. A 1 for Charles. It's going to be a toe-to-toe exchange, as Charles does not want his backs to feel those ropes. Ezzard Charles gets the better of Riddick Bowe on the inside. Those are hellacious punches as he fights off the ropes like a honey badger. Bowe is blinking, possible abrasion near the eye of Riddick Bowe. Bowe did land 2 shots to the body, but Charles, with that 0-5 on the inside, lands 5 shots. The devastating blows, the left uppercut and right hook to the jaw of Riddick Bowe after rat-a-tatting the big man's rib cage. Now, let's check that 19 possible cut check or abrasion. Bowe 5 and under. Let's watch that red 8. It's a 17. There is no blood, just a little puffiness. Charles has momentum. 120 to go in round 5. A 3 for Riddick Bowe. Bowe moves towards the center of the ring. Charles looking to set a trap with that 6. Toe-to-toe exchange. Both fighters are going to throw. Charles with mojo. Charles 87. He does not land from distance. Riddick Bowe does. Bowe was a little quicker with his hands there. A little longer reach. 35. Jab, right hand, left hook into the ribs of Ezzard Charles. 1 minute to go here in round number 5. Bowe takes momentum. A 1 for Riddick Bowe. Bowe, thinking that he has an advantage here, presses into Charles. It's going to be a toe-to-toe exchange on the inside. Charles still feeling that really hard body shot. On the inside, Riddick Bowe lands. The Cincinnati Cobra does not. 25 for Riddick Bowe. He is rat-a-tatting the rib cage of Ezzard Charles. Left, right to the body and a good left hook splitting the guard of the Cincinnati Cobra. 3 punches get through. 40 seconds to go here in round 5. Bowe maintains momentum. 1, Bowe pressing Charles back into those ropes. 6 for Charles. Toe-to-toe exchange. Charles in that familiar place being forced back into the ropes by the larger, stronger Riddick Big Daddy Bowe. Bowe landing huge shots. Charles with a big shot off the ropes as Riddick Bowe opened up with both hands on the inside. He landed 4 shots, concentrating to the body. He was a little wild with those shots. Charles, in that toe-to-toe exchange, on the inside, lands 4 of his own. They were short, crisp, hard shots to the jaw of Riddick Bowe. Watch the red 15 now. Charles meets his power with the 1. Riddick Bowe survives the big punches. Both fighters landed 3 punches. So Bowe maintains his momentum. 20 seconds to go. Bowe having a very good round. Charles looking to make a comeback here at the end, trying to steal it. 4 for Riddick Bowe. Bowe stays on the inside. Charles still pressed to those ropes. 6 for Ezzard Charles. Toe-to-toe exchange in tight. Bowe lands. Charles with a 93. Will clinch after absorbing the shots of Riddick Big Daddy Bowe. And again, Bowe concentrates his attack to the body. Put the jab on Charles. Then the right to the body, left to the body, and a chopping right hand at the bell. 4 punches. Big, big round for Riddick Bowe. Charles had his moment there, fighting off the ropes, but not enough. Riddick Big Daddy Bowe landed 20 punches. You can see Charles just wearing down. Charles is just wearing down. Ezzard only lands 9. We're through 5 rounds. Riddick Bowe, 75 punches landed. Charles with 54. Riddick Bowe's stamina is 31. Remember, Charles had a 15-point stamina advantage. Well, it's only 5 now, as Charles' stamina is 36. Punch differential is 11. We easily see that round for Riddick Bowe, 10-9. Unofficially, after 5, we have it 49-48, Riddick Bowe. The judges' scorecards. We're going to go to the judges' scorecards. An 11-punch differential favoring Riddick Bowe. Our judges, once again, Steeler fan, Anthony Crooks, and Big Polly. The judges' scorecards have been collected by the Boxing Commission here in Chicago, Illinois. We're at the United Center. It's a packed house for this Saturday night fight. As Elton John said, Saturday night is all right for fighting. Let's get a little action in. We move on to round 6. In the Ezzard Charles corner, they're quite concerned. Though Bowe has been sloppy at times, he's just wearing down Charles. He's really concentrated well to the body, heeding the advice of Papa Smurf. That's what he calls Eddie Futch. Round 6 is almost upon us. Neither fighter has been hurt, though both have taken quite a bit of punishment. Normal wear and tear for both of these pugilists. Here we go, round number 6. Scheduled for 15 at ringside. RJL Networks joins us. Check out our good friend Rob. Pops Reviews, another wonderful content creator. Check out his wonderful channel. We'd also like to say hello to Anthony from Bleacher Bums Gaming. Smelly Wrestling Geek is here. Frank Wayne Scott, Super Bowl Tournament. Dave Selinsky, P-Jet. Dave Gardner, who's refereeing and he's mic'd up. Sean D. and Bernard Strom was here earlier. Here we go, round number 6. Round number 6. Close fight, but we still... Bowe just seems like it's only a matter of time. There's the matchmaker extraordinaire, the GoldenEagle99. The bell. Round 6. A 2 for Riddick Bowe. Bowe has momentum. Bowe tries to get on the inside. A 1 for Ezzard Charles. Charles will have none of it. Charles, sidestep, lays the trap. Charles throws. Ezzard cannot land with that 61. No counter. No counter by Bowe, though. 2:40 to go here in round 6. A 2 again for Bowe. Bowe slowing down a bit. Bowe trying to get inside. Charles looks to sidestep him, and again he lays the trap. This time he will land. 6 on defense. That will not stop any of those punches. From distance, 36 for Ezzard Charles. Charles, 2 jabs and a right hand. Good job by Ezzard Charles. 3 crisp scoring blows. Charles has momentum. We have 2:20 to go here in round 6. 5 and a 5. Whose eye will get poked? It's going to be Charles on the inside. Bowe is starting to fatigue. He's unable to tie up Charles. Charles will let his hands go. 66. You'll not get your kicks on Route 66 on the inside. He'll miss those shots. Bowe with an opportunity, and Charles was throwing hard there on the inside. Probably a little too hard. Bowe's going to counter in between those missed shots with that 4. Bowe with the right hand left uppercut. Any legal scoring blow. We go power and chin check. Bowe looking for a red 5. He gets a 20, but a 20 prevents Charles from being cut. Bowe has momentum. 2 minutes to go here in round 6. A 4 for Riddick Bowe. Bowe pressing on the inside, trying to get Charles to those ropes. Charles desperately wants to stay away from those ropes, but he's forced back. Charles tries to stand his ground. Toe-to-toe exchange with Bowe having momentum. Riddick Bowe lands. Charles does not. So Riddick Bowe on the inside with that 12. Lead right. Left right to the body and another right into the face of Ezzard Charles. 4 punches get through for Big Daddy Riddick Bowe. Cut check 20 8. And there's going to be an abrasion for for Ezzard Charles. Watch the blue 8 now. 17. Cut left cheek. So a cut under the left eye of Ezzard Charles. Charles cut left cheek. So there's some blood under the left eye. It's not in the eye. So not going to affect Charles' vision too much, except when Riddick Bowe hits him and puts it in his eye. 140 to go here in round 6. Bowe with momentum. 4 and a 4. Bowe keeps Charles pinned to those ropes. He's going to let his hands go. 34 will land. He is just wearing down Ezzard Charles. Concentrating, puts the jab on Charles, then the right to the side of the head of the Cincinnati Cobra. Left hook into the ribs of Ezzard Charles. 3 punches get through. 120 to go in round 6. Charles has blood under the left eye. A 3. Bowe now gets back to a little bit of distance, looking to catch Charles coming in. 5 for Ezzard Charles. Toe-to-toe exchange from distance. Bowe with mojo. Riddick Bowe will not land. Ezzard Charles does. Big shots. Big shots by Ezzard Charles. 18. Right hand, left to the body, left to the head, beautiful hooks, and another short right hand. 4 punches for Ezzard Charles. Power check, 2, that's good. Bowe missed his punches, so this turns into his chin check. He survives the big shots there. Charles with momentum and a minute to go. He's trying to rally here. Charles has closed the distance. Charles has closed the distance. A 1 and a 1. Charles, Bowe, toe-to-toe they go as Charles moves off the ropes. Bowe tries to pounce. They're from distance. Charles with momentum. Charles, Bowe, they both land. Ezzard Charles with a 17. 4 punches. They're just letting their hands go. Crisp punching by Ezzard Charles. Bowe with a 29. He lands 3. Charles keeps momentum with 40 seconds to go. Crisp combinations for both, but Charles is just outworking the bigger Riddick Bowe now, showing what Big Daddy, what the Cincinnati Cobra is made out of. 5, Riddick Bowe on the outside trying to catch his breath. 3 for Ezzard Charles. Charles moves in. Both fighters a little fatigued. Now they're going to go at it in tight. Charles does not land. Bowe does not land. Referee Gardner tells him the break and now has to get between these two heavyweights. They reluctantly break. Final 20 seconds. A very close round once again in this bout. The 2 big rounds for Bowe were rounds 1 and 5. Charles has rallied back quite well after the beating he took in round 5. A 5 for Riddick Bowe. Bowe on the outside. Bowe is huffing and puffing, though. A 2 for Ezzard Charles. Charles feints. Bowe steps forward slowly. Charles, Cincinnati Cobra Kai strike. Booyah! He lands at the bell with that 15. Lead right. Left to the body. Right to the body. Left hook to the jaw. 4 punches get through for Ezzard Charles. Ding, ding goes the bell. Charles steals the round at the end. Fans on their feet here at the United Center in Chicago, Illinois. Ezzard Charles, that was a huge rally in the final minute of round 6, and he needed that in the worst way. 15 punches landed for Charles, 12 for Riddick Bowe. Stamina, Charles 24, Bowe 16. Charles did suffer a cut under his left cheek. They go to work on that cut in the Charles corner. We give that round to Ezzard Charles. Again, our scorecard unofficial. After 6 rounds, we have it 58 even. Punch differential is 3, favoring Ezzard Charles. We'll go to the judges' scorecards. Again, you don't see the judges' scorecards until the end of the fight. Big Steeler fan scorecard is collected. Anthony Crooks' scorecard is collected. And Big Paulie's scorecard is collected. We prepare for round number 7. Round number 7. They got a lot of goop under the Charles eye. The cut should not hinder him for the moment. It's underneath the eye. Round 7. Joining us at ringside, Legend Sports Universe. Check out that wonderful channel. No knockdowns yet. You're correct. Matchmaker extraordinaire, the GoldenEagle99. Here we go, round 7. Scheduled for 15. The bell, Charles with Mojo. 2 for Riddick Bowe. Bowe pressing on the inside, but he is slowing down tremendously. 6 for Charles. Charles letting his hands go. Charles with the 11-4. That's just out of his punching power range, but he's going to rat-a-tat the living bejesus once again out of the now lumbering Riddick Bowe. 4 punches get through. Charles feinted with the jab and booyah, right hand, left, right, left. Beautiful combination. Everything now to the head of Riddick Bowe. Charles sensing he has an opportunity to drop the big man. 2:40 to go here in round number 7. 4 and a 4. Charles continues with momentum, but it's Big Daddy Bowe just forcing his girth and forcing Charles back into the ropes. Riddick Bowe looks 99. We're going to go to the event chart. Let me get the handy-dandy event chart out here. Watch the 2 red die where it says 99. We roll, speak of the English, Al, for Riddick Bowe. It's a 27. A 27 on the event chart. Exciting stuff here. Opponent loses 5 extra stamina points this round from body blows. 2 punches landed. So Riddick Bowe really lands hard. 2 punches land, but how am I going to do that? Loses 5 stamina points. So those are hard punches, possibly cracking a rib of Ezzard Charles. So let's just do it this way. Let's bring the 100 down to 95. That will do the 5 stamina points. That's the way we'll do that. No, I did not see the Fury fight. So Riddick Bowe with Mojo, and Charles is really favoring his rib cage now. 2:20 to go here in round 7. 2:20 to go in round 7. 4 and a 4. Charles, you can see Charles is in pain. He's just going back to the ropes. He doesn't seem to have legs under him. Riddick Bowe is going to look to open up on the inside again. Riddick Bowe cannot, and he threw very hard, but no counter by Charles. Charles tries a slide off those ropes on reluctant legs. Bowe follows. 6 for Riddick Bowe with 2 minutes to go here in round 7. Bowe looks to put the jab on a very slow-moving Charles, favoring his ribs. 4 for Ezzard Charles. Charles just is not letting his hands go. Bowe throws 96. 96. And referee Dave Gardner says, hey now. A little bit of that rough stuff. Referee Dave Gardner admonishes Riddick Bowe. 1 punch did get through. I don't know how clean that was, they'll say. Let's see, that's a 4. So now let's check the foul. Watch the red 4. 15. Holding and hitting. That is the first warning for Riddick Bowe. Hold. Hit. That's the first warning for Riddick Bowe. Bowe sticks with momentum, though. 1-4. Bowe is just roughing up. He sees Charles fading from those hard body shots. John and Ghost are here. Johnny the King, God bless you, my friend. Hope all is well in Ireland. 3 for Riddick Bowe. Bowe on the outside. Charles with a 5. It'll be a toe-to-toe exchange from distance. Bowe with momentum. Bowe 88 does not land. Ezzard Charles does. So Bowe is winding up, throwing hard. Charles is throwing the shorter, crisper punches, even on that toe-to-toe exchange from distance. His punches are straighter. Bowe is a little wider with his shots. Bowe's not landing. Charles with the 13 does. Right hand, left uppercut, right hand, left hook. Everything to the jaw of Riddick Bowe from the punches of Ezzard Charles. Tremendous combination by Charles. Charles has momentum with 1:20 to go here in round number 7. 3, Riddick Bowe. Bowe on the outside, putting that jab out there. 1 for Charles. They're going to go at it. Riddick Bowe lands. Charles does not. Bowe a little longer with his punches there. That is a 10. 2 jabs, right hand, and a solid left hook into the ribs. And you can see Charles wince with that body shot from Big Daddy Riddick Bowe. Bowe takes away momentum from a gasping Ezzard Charles. 1 minute to go in round 7. Those body shots really been hurting Ezzard Charles quite badly. A 1 and a 1 toe-to-toe as Charles backs to the ropes. The action will take place on the inside. 54, no good for Riddick Bowe. 53, no good for Ezzard Charles. They're banging away. Referee Dave Gardner orders them to break and now has to forcibly get between these two heavyweights. You can see both huffing and puffing. 40 seconds to go in round 7. Bowe still with momentum. 3 for Bowe as he maneuvers back to ring center, along with Ezzard Charles. A 1 for Charles, and again from distance, both fighters throw. Riddick Bowe will land. Ezzard Charles will not. He will take the punishment and clinch. So Riddick Bowe with that 13, lead right, left into the Labanza, right into the Labanza, and another left into the ribs of Ezzard Charles. 4 punches by Riddick Bowe. Charles holding on to the bigger Riddick Bowe. Final 20 seconds. Charles being pounded into dirt here as round 7 is coming to a conclusion. 5 for Riddick Bowe. Bowe trying to catch his breath now from distance. 6 for Ezzard Charles. Charles goes leaping in, hoping for a haymaker, Hail Mary. He's 28. Defense 4. Riddick Bowe will get tagged with an extra shot. So on that 28 from distance, 4 punches get through with the extra shot as Ezzard Charles goes windmilling, Gangnam style. Ding, ding goes the bell. We got a 19, though. We got a 19, so it's a possible cut check. Watch the red 4. 5 and under. It's a 6. Ding, ding goes the bell. Bowe is blinking, but there's no blood, just a little puffiness around those eyes. Charles rallies at the end. He was taking a lot of punishment, but he rallied at the end. We say Ezzard Charles, it was close, but I like that rally there. We feel he steals the round. He landed 1 more punch, we're hearing from CompuBox. So we give round 7. Again, our scorecard unofficial, 10-9, Ezzard Charles. We have it 68-67 for the Cincinnati Cobra, Ezzard Charles. Riddick Bowe landed 11 punches, as that's the word from CompuBox. Charles landed 12. 98-81 in total punches, favoring Riddick Bowe. Riddick Bowe had a huge round 1 and huge round 5. Other than that, the fight has been very close. Charles is favoring his ribs. He is in a lot of pain. A lot of pain. Now we'll have to go to the judges' scorecards. Punch differential is 1, so another close round. That's going to make a difference. How do these judges see it? Again, our scoring judges, Steeler fan Anthony Crooks and Big Paulie. The judges' scorecards have been collected. Steeler fan scorecard is collected as we approach round 8. Anthony Crooks' scorecard is collected along with Big Paulie. Very close fight. That's the way we see it. How do the ringside luminaries see it? We prepare for round number 8, scheduled for 15. It's pretty much the halfway point coming up. Charles will have momentum. He had that big 4-punch rally right at the bell. In our eyes, he stole that round. Even though it was close, Bowe definitely hurt him to the body. But Charles persevered. A little delay once again, a little delay. As referee Dave Gardner has both corners wipe up the water in their corners. Here we go. Round number 8, scheduled for 15. Ezzard Charles with mojo. A 6 for Riddick Bowe. Bowe on the outside trying to reestablish his jab. A 1 for Charles. It's going to be toe-to-toe on the outside. Charles with momentum. Neither fighter will land. Bowe, again, wild with his shots. Wild with his shots. They fall into a clinch. Both fighters working that free hand. You can see Bowe really trying to dig that free hand into the rib cage of Ezzard Charles. Referee Gardner breaks them. 2:40 to go here in round number 8. A 6 for Riddick Bowe. Bowe trying to get at distance and walk Charles into a right hand. 5 for Ezzard Charles. Charles dips inside. Bowe tries to tie him up. Both fighters work their hands free. It's toe-to-toe inside. Charles does not land. Riddick Bowe does with that 45. Right hand into the ribs, followed by a left hook into the side of the labanza of Ezzard Charles. And Charles winces with every body punch landed by Big Daddy Bowe. Bowe with momentum. 2:20 to go here in round number 8. 4 for Riddick Bowe. Bowe stays in tight. 5 for Ezzard Charles. Charles trying to fend him off. Bowe forcing him back. Charles stands his ground. Toe-to-toe exchange on the inside. Both fighters land. Charles lands a little more effective, though. Riddick Bowe with a 31. Bangs to the body. He is banging very hard shots to the body, but Charles endures. Coming back with headshots. That's a 10 on the inside. 4 punches for Ezzard Charles. All hooks and uppercuts. And then a crisp right hand catches the jaw of Riddick Big Daddy Bowe. Chin check for Bowe as Charles meets his power criteria of a 1-7. No! Bowe survives another one, but Charles takes momentum. Both fighters coming to a fatigue point now. And actually, Riddick Bowe went fatigued. Riddick Bowe goes fatigued on those 4 shots. Riddick Bowe is fatigued. All punches landed -1. His power goes to 3. He's hurt 5 and under. Knocked out 3 and under. Will is 5. Unbelievable. Ezzard Charles on the verge also. He only has 3 stamina points left himself. So Riddick Bowe is fatigued here in round 8. So Riddick, as if I could spell the word right, tired. Ezzard Charles soon to be tired. Let's see if Charles can land something big here. We have 2 minutes to go in round number 8. Can Charles, he has one more opportunity here. A 3 and a 3, what will it be? It's going to be Riddick Bowe from outside. This should wear out Ezzard Charles. Unless he misses and maybe Charles counters. He doesn't miss. Charles, though, rolls a 2 on defense. So Ezzard Charles with a 2 on defense, 1 through 4. That will parry away 1 punch. 11 from distance for Riddick Bowe. That's going to still give Ezzard Charles 1 stamina point, as only 3 out of 4 of those punches get through. The jab got Charles. The right hand to the head didn't, but then Bowe concentrated his last 2 shots to the body of Ezzard Charles. Actually, no, he is fatigued also. So he goes fatigued. Both fighters will go with their fatigue ratings now. Charles' power is a 1. He's hurt 9 and under, knocked out 4 and under. Will check as an 8. Punches reduced by 1 due to fatigue. Riddick Bowe has momentum. 1:40 to go in round 8. Bowe on the inside. Charles on the outside has the advantage. Ezzard Charles will land, but it's a 2, and he's fatigued. But Charles catches the lumbering Bowe coming in. Bowe absorbs all those shots there. The jab missed, but the right hand didn't, and neither did the left hook. 2 out of 3 get through for Ezzard Charles. Charles has momentum. Charles needs a blue 1 in those power checks now. 1:20 to go here in round 8. 3 for Riddick Bowe on the outside. 4 for Ezzard Charles. Bowe a little quicker with his hands. Bowe will not land, though. Bowe will not land with the 73. No counter by Charles. Both fighters huffing and puffing. Remember, Charles, tremendous shots he has taken to the body from Riddick Bowe. 1 minute to go in round 8. A 1 for Riddick Bowe. A tired Riddick Bowe presses in on the inside. 4 for Ezzard Charles. Charles unable to stand his ground. Riddick Bowe looks to grip and rip. Riddick Bowe 64. He cannot land. He does not land those shots. Charles moves away from the ropes. Neither fighter seems to have their legs under them. 40 seconds to go. Charles still with momentum. 4 for Riddick Bowe. Bowe again lumbers in tight. 2 for Ezzard Charles. Charles sidesteps him. It's going to be a toe-to-toe exchange from distance. 95-94. That's a basketball score. Neither fighter lands. Charles has momentum, so that is a clinch. Riddick Bowe does get through with 1 possible dirty shot there. Referee Gardner lets it go. That's an 11. 20 seconds to go. Charles still keeps momentum. On those little dirty shots that get through, we don't change momentum. That's just my homebrew rule. 1 for Riddick Bowe. Bowe trying to let his hands go on the inside. 6 for Ezzard Charles. Charles slides away from the ropes. Bowe leaps towards him. Charles fires. Bowe fires. Here comes the bell. Ding, ding, ding. No one lands. Wild flurry. But no one landed solid. Both fighters very fatigued. They go back to their corners, slouch down, slump upon their stools. How will their cornermen try and get that second wind out of them? A sloppy, tiring round for both pugilists. Ezzard Charles lands 6 punches. A wild throwing Big Daddy Riddick Bowe 9. And some questionable shots landed there. We give that round to Bowe 10-9. Again, our scorecard unofficial. Charles is also tired. They're working on both fighters in their corners. Punch differential 3 favoring Riddick Bowe. Okay, let's go to the judges' scorecards. Steeler fan scorecard is collected. As we prepare for round number 9, let's make sure we punch this in the right spot here. All right. So Steeler fans' scorecard is collected. Anthony Crook's scorecard is collected. And now Big Paulie scorecard is collected. Round 9 is upon us. Who's going to dig deep? Still a very close fight in our eyes. Bowe, Charles, both fatigued. So we go for their fatigue ratings now. Riddick Bowe's landed 115 punches. Ezzard Charles, 91. Charles cut under the left eye. They've done a good job on that cut. Riddick Bowe was warned for holding and hitting by referee Dave Gardner. Both fighters went fatigued, as we stated. Here's round 9. Charles with mojo. Ding, ding goes the bell and the trolley. Let's move this stuff back. Just curious, how's everyone liking this setup? Took me a long time to figure out how I wanted it. So that's a 6 for Riddick Bowe. Bowe on the outside, trying to work his way to victory with that jab. A 3 for Ezzard Charles. Charles moves forward, and he's met by the fists of Big Daddy Riddick Bowe. Bowe on distance, 50 misses. Charles with the counter. Charles with the counter. He'll land 2 out of 3 because he gets an additional punch. He's an excellent counter puncher. So right hand, left hook on the jaw of Riddick Bowe. Chin in power check. We need a blue 1 if you're an Ezzard Charles. Oh, he gets the 3, but it's no good. No good. Charles maintains momentum. 2:40 to go here in round 9. 3, Riddick Bowe on the outside. Bowe again. He looks fatigued, so he looks like he wants to work that jab and walk a tiring Charles into his right hand or uppercut. 5 for Ezzard Charles. It's going to be a toe-to-toe exchange as Charles works his way on the inside. Both fighters told to fight out, and that's just what they'll do. 35 for Riddick Bowe. Bowe will land possible abrasion once again for Ezzard Charles. Charles does not land. So that's a 35 for Riddick Bowe on the inside. Chopping right hand really didn't land. The uppercut with the left did, and a short right cross. That was a nice short punch by Riddick Bowe. 2 punches get through for Big Daddy. Charles has the cut under the left cheek. That was a... Was that a total? Let me make sure. Was that a total? 2... I'm sorry, 3, 5. That was a toe-to-toe exchange on the inside. So now we have to do a cut check. 10 and under, the cut under the left cheek gets worse. Watch the blue die. 12. No. So now is it another cut? Let's roll it again. Yes. 2. What's the abrasion? 15. Gash, left eye. So that left eye is a horrific mess for Ezzard Charles. That's an ouchie. Gash, left eye. Referee Dave Gardner, as that blood is pouring out. That left eye is horrific. Gashed left eye. Referee Gardner taking a look. Referee Gardner taking a look. 1 through 4, it is over. Watch the blue 15. He's going to let it go. Referee Dave Gardner lets it go. You can see some concern on the ringside physician, Dr. David Little. You can hear Dr. David Little saying, keep an eye on that, as the commission is looking over towards him. 2:20 to go here in round number 9. Ezzard Charles is in a world of hurt. A lot of blood around, under, over, all over that left eye. It is causing him tremendous problems. A 4 for Riddick Bowe. Bowe pressing the attack, looking to end Ezzard Charles' night here in Chicago, Illinois at... Where are we? The United Center. That's where we're at. 4, Bowe. 6, Charles. Toe-to-toe they go on the inside. Charles blinking on the ropes. Riddick, Big Daddy Bowe lands with an 8. Works the body and up to the head. 3 out of 4 punches get through for Riddick, Big Daddy Bowe. Bowe with mojo. Probably should have moved that before. 3 for Riddick Bowe. Bowe putting the jab on Charles. Charles on the ropes. That blood is definitely impeding Ezzard Charles. 1 for Ezzard Charles. It will be toe-to-toe with Charles fighting off the ropes. Bowe with momentum. Bowe, 91. He's going... That's going to be a clinch. He has momentum. Charles' punches will not land. That's the way I play it. 1:40 to go in round 9. Charles desperately trying to get through the round and get back to his corner so they can work on those horrific cuts under and over the left eye of the Cincinnati Cobra. A 1. Riddick Bowe keeps Charles pinned to those ropes. A 2 for Ezzard Charles. Toe-to-toe on the inside. Neither pugilist will land on the inside. Referee Gardner breaks. You can see the blood on referee Gardner's shirt. It is the blood of the Cincinnati Cobra. Ezzard Charles, 1:20 to go in round number 9. 6 for Riddick Bowe. Bowe pecking away with the jab, looking to land the boom right hand upon Charles. A 1 for Charles. From distance, 52 and a 69. Neither fighter lands. A throw. Bowe was moving out of the way. Charles was dipping when he threw. 1 minute to go here in round 9. Looks like Bowe might try to finish Charles. Charles trying to get through the round. 4 for Big Daddy Bowe. Bowe presses his girth forward, pushing the back of Charles into those ropes. 5 for Ezzard Charles. On the inside, once again, they will go to fistic combat. Once again, neither fighter will land. Bowe a bit too wild on the inside. 40 seconds to go in round 9. 3, Riddick Bowe. Bowe steps back a bit, again looking to land that right hand. He's setting a trap. 6 for Ezzard Charles. From distance, Bowe goes first. Booyah! Riddick Bowe nails Ezzard Charles with a tremendous right hand. Oh, Nelly! A big right hand by Riddick Big Daddy Bowe. In that exchange, Charles did not land. Riddick Bowe did. Actually, Charles does land. I'm sorry. He lands 1 shot. As he lands 55. That's a 50. So he gets 1 shot through as a left hook, but he took a hellacious combination in that toe-to-toe exchange. 14 for Riddick Bowe. 3 out of 4 land. The last being a booyah right hand. Now we have to go to the chin check for Ezzard Charles. Because he landed, that's his power check there. Watch the blue 11. Charles is hurt! Charles is hurt on the ropes. Final 20 seconds. So Charles is hurt. That cut really came into play in this round. Charles hurt. If Riddick Bowe can land 3 punches, we go to a TKO check. A 3 and a Charles. So Bowe goes on his own here, unabated. Charles is hurt on the ropes. It's a 3 for Riddick Bowe on the outside. Bowe lands slightly lower, 48% on the outside. He needs to get 3 punches through. He needs a very low roll. Watch the red die, the 75. 10! He has the punches. The punches get through. The punches get through. That's a 10. The 10 from distance will let him land 3 punches out of the 4 as he is opening up with lefts and rights, pummeling Charles against the ropes. Charles will check 14. But we have a 20. We go again. We have to do 2 checks on cuts now. We have a gash. The first thing we'll check is the first cut. The cut under the left cheek. So watch Ezzard Charles. 10 and under, it gets worse. It does. The left cut under the cheek gets worse. We'll go through the TKO checks on cuts in a moment. Let's go through the other cut now. It's the way I play it. So that cheek is 2. Now the gash, again, 10 and under. No, the gash does not. So the second time for the cheek, as the bell rings, I don't think we go to a TKO check. No, it will be the third time. So Ezzard Charles was hurt. He survives it, but there's not much life left in this boxing match for Ezzard Charles. He needs, as we say, a biblical miracle in this prognosticator's opinion. Charles only landed 3 punches. Bowe landed 11. Bowe hurt Charles. That's a 10-9 round easy for Bowe. Some might give him a 10-8, but I don't think it was a 10-8 round. We go to the judges' scorecards. Be collected by the commission here in Chicago, Illinois. Wow, Ezzard Charles, he definitely needs something big. I don't know if he can produce it, though, as Riddick Bowe is wearing him down. Mind you, Bowe is also dead tired. Judges' scorecards are collected by the Illinois State Boxing Commission. We're coming up on round 10. I believe this is when Larry Holmes, in this same amount of rounds, stopped Ezzard Charles. Riddick Bowe trying to do the same. Referee Dave Gardner calls for the ringside physician, Dr. David Little, to take a look. Dr. Little looking on. He says, let it go, but keep an eye on it. I don't know how much time is available for Ezzard Charles. Both fighters fatigued. We're coming up on round 10. Round 10. Scheduled for 15. We have it 87-86 for Riddick Bowe, but Charles is in bad shape. That eye is horrific. Cuts over to the side of the left eye of Ezzard Charles. Blood already seeping through the goop. Here's the bell for round number 10. Bowe with momentum. It's a 6 for Riddick Bowe. Bowe on the outside looking to land the booyah right hand again. 2 for Ezzard Charles. It's a toe-to-toe exchange from these tired pugilists. Neither fighter will land. Sloppy punches produce nothing but air. 2:40 to go in round 10. 6. Bowe on the outside. 3. Ezzard Charles. Charles moves forward. Bowe meets him with his fist. And Riddick Bowe with a bada bing, bada boom. 2 defense roll for Charles will save him one of those punishing blows. But the 0-3 from distance, 3 out of 4 punches get through. Plus mine 2 punches get through for Riddick Bowe. They were body shots. Charles banged up to the face, banged up to the body. Bowe looking for a victory here. 2:20 to go in round 10. 6 for Riddick Bowe again. Bowe behind the jab from distance. 1 for Charles. Charles leaps in. Toe-to-toe exchange. Charles gets through and he lands. Charles gets through. Leaping punches by a tired but game Ezzard Charles on that 0-5. 4 out of 5 punches get through. Charles windmills to the body and quickly comes up to the head. Charles takes momentum. Good solid hooks by Ezzard Charles. Digging deep here with 2 minutes to go in round 10. As 6 again for Riddick Bowe. Bowe from distance trying to land a good right hand. 4 for Ezzard Charles. Charles moves forward, but Bowe a bit quicker with his hands. Lets them go. Bowe will not land. That's a 60. No counter by Ezzard Charles. 1:40 to go in round 10. 5 for Riddick Bowe. Bowe breathing heavily. Charles needs to take advantage of it. Charles quickly closes the distance. Fires away. Charles throwing hard but cannot land. Bowe just lumbers away from him. Eddie Futch telling Bowe to counter those wild charges of a tired Ezzard Charles, but his own pugilist is breathing quite heavily. 1:20 to go in round 10. 3 for Riddick Bowe. Bowe again from distance. 1 for Ezzard Charles. Toe-to-toe. Charles with momentum from the outside. Riddick Bowe lands quite hard on Ezzard Charles. Oh, Nelly. Oh, Nelly, it will be a cut check. Not looking good for Ezzard Charles on that 10. Riddick Bowe feinted the jab, caught Charles coming in with the right hand. And then a left, right, body, head. 3 out of 4 punches get through for Riddick Bowe. It's a 19. 19 and 20 are cut checks. So, now the first roll, we got a 5 on defense. Does that, hold on a second. Hold on. 5. Only 1 punch gets through. That's my faux pas. No, that was a toe-to-toe exchange. I'm sorry. That was a toe-to-toe exchange. That was a toe-to-toe exchange. No defense check. My apologies. Let me make sure. 3 and a 1. 2. That was a toe-to-toe exchange. I knew I was right to begin with. So now, because the punches did not land for Ezzard Charles, this turns into the first cut check. It is the 3rd time for the cheek. So the cheek, it gets even worse. That's the 3rd time. Now, we roll for the gash. That doesn't get worse. Okay. All right. Now, since that didn't, we probably should roll again. I didn't do that last time. We'll roll again. He has another cut or something. That's a 2. What is it? I forgot to roll that 3rd time. 9. Ugh. Cut left eye. Oh, my Lord. He is just a horrific mess. Charles, he'll need quite a few stitches to put the scarecrow back together. So that's a cut left eye. That's the 1st time. All right. So the gash doesn't reopen. The cut cheek does. That's the 3rd time. Cut left eye, the 1st time. Oh my God, he's a mess. So the cut cheek, 1 or a 2. This fight is over. Watch the blue 9. It's a 10. Referee Gardner lets it go. Ringside physician lets it go. 1 minute to go. That's a lot of blood. Bowe has momentum. 1 for Riddick Bowe. Bowe pressing. He's tired. He presses the bloody Ezzard Charles. Puts his back to the ropes once again. Charles, that's been his summer home. And boy, he's taken a beating in his summer home. Charles with a 2. It's going to be a toe-to-toe exchange with Charles trying to fight off the ropes. Bowe and Charles on the inside. Both land. And again, a cut check. Bowe rolls that 20. So you get the 32 in this toe-to-toe exchange on the inside. 2 out of 3 punches get through for Riddick Bowe. That uppercut, then the left hook. Snapping the head of Ezzard Charles. Blood goes flying to the front row of the fans here at the United Center in Chicago. They get splattered with blood. Enjoy your red polka dots. 38 for Ezzard Charles. Only 1 punch gets through. A meek right hand. Now we go. We have 3 cuts to check, then for a new cut. First, the cut left cheek. Yes. Oh, my Lord. So the cut left cheek gets worse. That is the 4th time. We'll check that. Now, the gash. Yes! This fight's going to be over. So, gash. Left eye. 2nd time. Oh, we might as well go through the scenario. Now, the sort of normal cut. Yes! Oh my God. So now we don't check for any new cut. He's a bloody freaking mess. This fight is all but over, folks. This is a miracle if we get these. If this is going to be a miracle. Referee Dave Gardner calls for the ringside physician, Dr. David Little. So what was that? That was a Jesus, cut. Left eye 2nd. Okay, what will we do first? Let's do the cheek. It's the 4th time for the cheek. Riddick Bowe Arms up. He thinks he's won this thing. Dr. David Little looking at it. Cut left cheek. Fourth time. 1 through 4. Oh, that's the wrong one. That's only a 6-sided die. Sorry. Watch the blue 8. He says no to that one. Now, second for the gashed left eye. 1 through 9. Watch the blue 11. It is over. It is over. It is over. Dr. David Little looking at it. Ezzard Charles protesting, but Dr. David Little has told referee Dave Gardner, and you can see referee Gardner waving his arms in the air. This fight is over. Your winner by technical knockout. Just under a minute to go here in round 10. Riddick Big Daddy Bowe. Ezzard Charles, as game as they come, he never was dropped. He was battered, bloody, bruised. Bowe banged the body. Possibly could have a couple of cracked ribs for Charles. Definitely has bruised ribs. And that left eye, man, they're going to need a ton of stitching around that left eye. A tired Big Daddy Bowe, Riddick Bowe, celebrates with, as he calls him, Papa Smurf, Eddie Futch in his corner. A disappointed Ezzard Charles falls to defeat just as he did with Larry Holmes. Charles just has not been able to duplicate his effort he had in our Glory Days boxing universe when he upset Sonny Liston. He just has not duplicated that effort. He lost his title bid to Muhammad Ali. Ali would later lose to Rocky Marciano. So Ezzard Charles loses. We'll get the official announcement in a moment. Then we'll look at the scorecard. But let's see what happened here. So Riddick Bowe landed 8 punches. Oh, this is round 11. Was this round 11? I missed a round, didn't I? No, this was round 10. How the hell how did I do that? 1, 2. Oh, we're in round 11. I missed a round. 11. How did I do that? It's either round 11 or round 10, but I have under the punches landed 10. I have here gashed eye. Well, it's a TKO nonetheless. Round 10. All right, I was right. How the hell did I put that there then? Oh, I know what I did. Because, no, I don't know what I did. I don't know what I did. All right, it's round 10. I'm right. And Golden Eagle confirms that. Why do I have an 11 and a 3 there? All right, I don't know what I did there, and it doesn't matter. We'll figure that out when we look back at the video. So Riddick Bowe landed 8 punches. I don't know why I have an 11 there. I might have just punched something in there by accident, obviously. And Ezzard Charles was fighting his heart out. He landed 6. So the final punch totals, Bowe 123. Ezzard Charles landed 97. We're going to get your official announcement for the TKO here in round 10. Thank you to Golden Eagle to confirm it was round 10. Again, by accident, I must have punched something in here. I don't know how I did it, where the punches landed. Both fighters were fatigued. Ezzard Charles had some moments. He just could not hurt Big Daddy Bowe enough. Big Daddy Bowe able to hurt Charles, batter Charles, bang away at the ribs, hurt the rib cage. Really, that eye is horrific. Charles will be probably spending the night in the hospital with many a stitch in his left side of his face. Here is your official announcement from the ring announcer. At 58 seconds left in round number 10, on the advice of the ringside physician, Dr. David Little, referee Dave Gardner halts the contest. Your winner by technical knockout, Riddick Big Daddy Bowe. So Riddick Bowe is the winner of this bout. Technical knockout. Round 10. Steeler fan says, I think you may have added punches when the fatigue and again at the end of the round, but entered them in 2 separate rounds. Probably right. Probably right. Now, again, I apologize for that. But All right, so Riddick Bowe, we'll type that up after. Riddick Bowe is the winner by technical knockout due to the cuts. I had it before through 9, 87, 86, Riddick Bowe. Now we'll show you the judges' scorecards, which I'm keeping off to the other side because I have a screen display on, and you would see it. So I had to keep it off to the other side. Let's bring that up. Let's slide it over. And let's bring this down as we're using ball roller. And let's bring this down. And now let's show you the judges' scorecards. Through 9 rounds, Steeler fan had it 89-85 Bowe. Anthony Crooks had it for Bowe 89-84. And Big Paulie had it for Bowe 87-86. All fairly good scoring. We had some interesting rolls. I'll show you how I did that. I had another ball roller set up, and green was for Steeler fan, purple was for Anthony, and yellow was for Big Paulie. So let's bring this back over here and reduce that. So I hope everyone enjoyed it. And what I did was this. I put this ball roller here. This one is for control, 6-sided die, red and blue. Then you have your 2 20-sided die, red and blue. That's for, power, cut checks, defense. And the double red, double blue are 10-sided die for the results on the cards. So, once again, Riddick, Big Daddy Bowe, winner by technical knockouts as he chops up, batters, and stops Ezzard Charles in round number 10. 58 seconds left in round 10. He is victorious. I'd like to thank Steeler fan GoldenEagle99, who is the matchmaker for this bout. Pops Reviews, as Pops Reviews his typical kind of Bowe win. Check out his wonderful channel, Pops Reviews. David Selinsky, as David likes the setup, says it looks great. Cutter Historical is here. Check out his wonderful channel. Bleacher Bums Gaming, our good friend Anthony Crooks, who has made this wonderful game, Glory Days Boxing, Card and Dice. I just put it on an Excel spreadsheet. I want to do something a little different. I thought it came out pretty good. I think it was enjoyable. And again, Glory Days Boxing can be purchased at SidelineStrategies.com, as well as Payoff Pitch, our good friend Joe Bryant. RJL Network, check out his wonderful channel. Johnny the King, John and Ghost were here. Wonderful, wonderful people. Legend Sports Universe, another fun content creator. Smelly Wrestling Geek, thank you. Frank Wayne Scott, big wrestling fan there. I got to do some more wrestling on the channel. Very excited about the new set coming out for Filsinger Games. Dominic DeNucci is on it. Awesome sauce. Continue to scroll up. Super Bowl Tournament, check out his wonderful channel. Of course, Pro Strategy Football on Steam can be purchased for a very reasonable price. P-Jet. Dave Gardner did double duty in the chat and as a referee. Sean D. and Bernard Strom. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hope everyone enjoyed it. As GoldenEagle99 says, yeah, Excel spreadsheet version. I like it. Well, I want to do something different for you, my friend. You donated. You wanted the fight. I appreciate when you do that. You don't have to. I appreciate when I get any donations. It just goes right back into the channel. I want to do something different. Doesn't mean we won't go to the tabletop again, but we're just playing tabletop on the Excel. That's all. I've been doing that with the tennis game from play.com. I enjoy doing that. I think it comes off well. I just picked up my Soccer Blast, and when they say those cards are small, those cards are small. Those cards are really small. So thank you very much for your time. Greatly appreciate it. If you enjoyed the stream, hit the like button. If you want and you haven't, subscribe. If you do subscribe, hit the bell for notification when we go live. Stay safe, be smart, treat people the way you want to be treated. Thank you very much once again. God bless. I love you all. I might be back a little later to do a chat with Al. I don't know yet. If I do, I hope to see you all there. We can discuss and have fun as we always do, because Saturday night's all right for chatting. Let's get a little